Hello everyone, welcome back to more Magic the Gathering. I don't know why I started on the main screen here. I guess because now we can see that the next set coming up is Kaladesh Remastered, although I still don't know we could play that now, but not in Quick Draft, and I'm still like a bad player, so I might as well lose my gems slowly in Quick Draft instead of quickly in other things. Plus it's kind of nice to to actually like get to know a set for the first time in my life ever. Like I've been playing a lot more Magic than I usually uh, do. It's more fun to play it on stream or on camera. And so I'm gonna like I don't know run out of my free to play gems, and I might even give them some money to let me keep drafting because this is fun. But anyway, I've like actually like I know all the commons. I'm like, oh yeah, that card. That means they probably are running this kind of deck. And that's a situation I've never really been in Magic. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a red deck. They probably run Lightning Bolt or something, right? Obviously not true anymore, but you know, back in the day. But anything more detailed than that, like, oh, in this set, green white is landfall. You know, that's new. Speaking of, like, there's Fieldar Retreat again. We got that before as our rare in a white green deck that maybe had black, but I don't think so. It seems like by far the standout here. Let's just take it. It fits in like any white deck. Oh, another landfall card. Sure, that's pretty cool. And it works with the go wide thing of Fieldar Retreat as you make them all into 3/3s instead of 2/2s. And nothing else looks good at all. So great. I mean, there are cards I'd be happy to take, but not compared to this. White red warrior deck, huh? I mean, red has some landfall stuff. For example, Spitfire Lagak, or whatever the heck, however you're supposed to pronounce that. But it's not really like my favorite combo to run because it's about warriors, not about landfall. And we could try to do both, but none of this looks very good. I wonder. We could take Smite the Monstrous, but meh. It's never actually been good when I've taken it. I think just taking this, like of the available cards, like we could take this Molten Blast. I think that's another reasonable pick because red has like a little bit of landfall stuff. But I think I'd rather have like a 1/1 Death Touch, and I'm more likely to go into green anyway because it has more landfall stuff. Right, we've got two pretty good value cards already, so we're gonna lose on tempo. And like a 1/1 Death Touch, maybe that's the tempo I need. I'm almost certainly taking the Felidar here. Let's just look around. Practice Tactics is the other option, but that's for a different deck than mine. Vine Gecko, probably not going to be taking that many kicker spells, so let's just grab the Felidar. More landfall white stuff. Another Felidar, probably. What else is all this stuff? Pretty junk, unless we wanted the Snarecaster as like a solution to flying creatures, I guess. I'd rather honestly take Broken Wings, which I should get a few chances to draft because nobody ever wants it. So we'll just take the good card, the card that fits into the deck. We kind of have a lot of 4s, which could come to be a problem eventually. What is this? Reclaim the Wastes. Yeah, draw a land from your deck, sure. It's just a 3-mana 2/3. But I think I like a 3-mana 2/3 that doesn't attack better, honestly. If it like a flyer. A flying defender, I think, is better for me than a non-flying non-defender. Because this kind of resolves the problem with flyers that green often has, and that white kind of will in this sort of deck. We don't get a lot of flying attackers. It also greatly synergizes with the 1/1 counters you get from Felidar Retreat. Those allow it to actually attack, making it much, much better. So let's go with that. I'll probably even play it. So I could sideboard it later, but think we take Nissa's Zendikon. It's like alright. It makes a 4/4 hasted land creature, which is not amazing, but like also it has reach, which is the thing I always forget. So that is another like answer to flyers. And it's a landfall trigger eventually, right? Eventually the land dies and you get to play it again. So I'll take it. We're kind of looking for landfall triggers now. Or landfall activators. We have several things that enjoy landfall. It would be nice to get some cards that let us play more lands somehow. Clearly no base camp in this deck. I think Spare Supplies is better than anything else. I don't need another... Well, I don't need like a 3 mana kind of do nothing creature. So Spare Supplies is like probably not good, but I think it's more likely to be good than this troll thing. Another base camp? Ugh. Disenchant. What decks run artifacts that I care a lot about? Red blue, I guess? Like Relic Amulet or Relic Vial. I mean, I probably won't want this enough to main deck it, but I'll want it more than, you know, I can get a 3 mana 3/3 later if I want, right? And I don't think I will want. Another Zendikon or just like a 1-drop? I think a 1-drop to help me like stay in the game long enough to establish my big stuff, and then this can spend 5 mana later if I end up running out of cards. I think that's probably better than another Zendikon, but I'm not sure. Like, obviously I would prefer to play this, but this is something I can play in a lot more situations. I think I should probably take the Banneret. I'm almost like, you know, what if I were to go white? Like, I don't want either of these, but I feel like I would more likely take the Lagak before another 3 mana 3/3. Or not another, but before any 3 mana 3/3. But I don't think that's true. I think the odds of me, like, even if I somehow added red for some reason, like say I got Brushfire Elemental, I would maybe consider splashing red. I don't think what this deck needs is another 4-drop. Just give me like a slightly better curve. Ugh. Blech. This is all awful. Okay, fine. That's a card that if I end up having to put it in my deck, at least it'll do something. Tap a creature, draw a card. I mean, it's something to do on turn 2, I guess. I don't want either of them, but I already have a Spare Supplies, so I'll sideboard this and I have my choice. I don't think I want 2 Spare Supplies. It's a green-white landfall activator. Well, it draws you lands, which is it's like a pretty... It doesn't speed up how much landfall you can do like per turn, but it does give you more of it because you draw your lands. And it gets your lands out of your decks. You can draw important cards as well. So I assume we're taking this, but let's just like look around. None of this is any good. Bala God Recovery. It could be cute, but it's clearly not as important as this 4 mana. I'm trying to think of an appropriate word. Stanchion is like not quite right. A Stalwart, maybe? Stalwart card. The Skyclave Pickaxe is like, okay, that's aggressive landfall, which, sure. Or we can take a Rabid Bite, just like a way to remove stuff. I think that might, well, I think the Rabid Bite is probably better, question mark, right? Like, I don't know. The Skyclave Pickaxe might let me actually win some games before we get to the mid-game. And if we get a trample or a flyer thing, maybe that's a nice landfall to activate. But if we get to a kind of static looking mid-game at some point, let's say I don't have the Felidar Retreat out, because Felidar Retreat is kind of its own win condition. But let's say I have this, and I just like can't attack opponent because they have too many things. You could Rabid Bite to kill one of them, and then like now you can start attacking again. So much as I enjoy the tempo of the pickaxe, I think it's more important to get some aggro, or some removal rather, and white-green doesn't get that much, so I'll take Rabid Bite. Oh, there's that Brushfire Elemental I was talking about. Am I gonna put my money where my mouth is on that one? Splash red? It would be an excuse to run like Sizzling Barrage or something. I don't want many other red cards, I don't think. Maybe I wouldn't mind a Pyroclastic Hellion to have a 5-drop, but I think I have so many 4s that... I don't know. Hellion is also a landfall trigger, so... I mean, what else would I take from this pack, right? Adventure Awaits or Zendikon, I guess. Brushfire Elemental is really good when you draw it early. And like, maybe not that great if you get it late. But sometimes it can just sneak by a bunch of 2-drops. And then you can landfall it to do a bunch of damage. It could happen. The problem is, if you splash red, then on the turns you draw this early, you may well not be able to play it. Because you haven't drawn your red yet. And then it's just taking up space in your hand that you would rather be using to like get out one of the creatures that actually wins you the game. So I think it's probably wrong. But also everything else is bad. Like, oh no, we could take another Zendikon. It's like yet another 4-drop, which is kind of worrying. But I think it's okay. We'll just try not to run too many 5s. Try to get some cheaper stuff. Here's a 3-drop. I kind of need 2-drops, really, is what I would like. But this returns a land to hand, so I'll take it. White blue. I'm not going to splash blue for this. Might of Marasa, probably the best option. Yeah. I'll probably even run it, so let's not sideboard it just yet. Broken Wings. I know Core Celebrant is cool, it gains you some life, but I don't think that's going to be my main problem. So I'm gonna what do I have that can... I do have 2 Zendikons and this Skyclave Sentinel to deal with flyers and a Rabid Bite. Maybe I don't need Broken Wings now. The nice thing about it, though, is it can also destroy artifacts and enchantments, which often enough in this format, this set, it seems like players have one of these 3 things that's pretty important to them. Right? They pacify one of your creatures, or they put out an artifact that does like bonkers stuff. I think I'll maybe actually run this. So let's at least sideboard it. Landfall that gains life and it's a 2-drop? Sure. Certainly in the past I have run this and been happy with it, like attaching it to Felidars or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to be that excited about it in this deck, because I hope to make my creatures large enough that I don't need it, but there was nothing else good to take in that set, in that pack, so. Alright, here's a Stomper, which is clearly the best option compared to Dauntless Unity. It's just a question of whether I can actually run such a heavy card. But it gives me, you know, putting lands back is great. I'll try it. I don't know if I want any of these, but maybe the Sentinel. It is pretty good with Feel It or Retreat. Okay, not so convinced I want Adventure Awaits, but I want it more than any of this other stuff. Another Broken Wings, okay. Coveted Prize. Costs 1 less for each creature in your party. We're obviously not taking it, I just want to like get to know the rares and uncommons better. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your party. If you have a full party, you may cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So this is obviously great if you have a full party, right? 1 mana, draw any card you want from your library, and then play any card that costs 4 or less for free. Right? It's amazing. But it's kind of hard to get a full party. So this is like, even in like red black in limited, this might be hard. I feel like this would be more of a constructed card where you can actually reliably have a full party. It's just all red black up in the top tiers here, huh? The Ox. I was quite surprised with how well Oxen did last time we had them. The other thing is we could take the Baloth, I don't know. But I don't think we need another 4-drop that's just like kind of a big dude. If we're taking anything, it's this Ox. I don't know if we are taking anything. But it sure does annoy them when you get to play it. Yeah, my curve is a little problematic. I have 2 1s, 1 2, 3 3s, and then my entire deck is 4s. Okay. Ooh, I thought this was white green for some reason, but nope, that's a black blue card. Another Seagate Banneret just to curve out better seems fine. Again, we just want to like live long enough to play our big stuff. I think I'd rather have a Plains than have this. Here's a green card that cares about counters. We have 1 card that puts counters on things, the Feel It or Retreat. I think I'll just take a 3-drop that enjoys landfall. Try to curve out a bit better. This is like a much more powerful card, but it costs 1 more mana, and that's kind of a big deal. I mean, I don't know, much more powerful. It has more health and it's vigilant, which is nice, but often you can't necessarily start attacking with either one of them. And this has trample, and you can play it earlier, so okay, sure. I mean, I guess I didn't even really go back and think about taking the Beetle, but I don't think it's right. It's insane when we already have our other insane card in play, but I don't need like a second win condition. Once I have Feel It or Retreat, I'm already in very good shape. I haven't won, and you know that card would seal the deal for sure. But well, I don't know. Would it? It would help me even more in like, but in the situations where I'm not eventually going to win with Feel It or Retreat, I'm not sure how much the Horn Beetle would actually save me, because that would be like I'm close to being killed, and the Horn Beetle doesn't do anything very fast. So I feel like it would just be doubling down on a situation I'm already winning, and so I might as well take something that just helps me get to a winning position. Did I take the Kite Sail last time? I did. Okay. I mean, I could take another. I could take a disenchant. I mean, a Scale the Heights. I already have a disenchant. And a Kite Sail. If I think they're good cards, I should be happy to draft 2 of them. But I suspect that if anything, they'll just be filler. I don't know. I mean, I'm only going to get 5 more cards here, right? So it's maybe time to start thinking about what of my sideboard I'm actually going to put in. Adventure Awaits isn't the worst. A Broken Wing is probably okay. I think I'd rather have that than Disenchant anyway. So let's sideboard another Kite Sail. Scale the Heights? I mean, play an additional land, put a counter on something, helps with this guy. I don't know, I'm almost never impressed with that card. Do I need a Kite Sail? That's the question. If I do, I probably want a second. I guess if you can like tap their 1 flyer and then get in with a flying Felidar, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's take another. There's a Relic Amulet, one of the things I might want to Broken Wings on. Another Banneret. But these are better options. We could take a 2-drop, which is probably better. It's not just a 2-drop, it like gains life, so like if you can play it on turn 2, you contest the board a little bit, although not much. But more importantly, you just kind of like get a little bit more time that you can like not die while you establish yourself. Or another Zendikon, but we don't need 4s, we need 2s. How are my colors, by the way? They look evenish? Yeah, 9-10. Relic Axe. We're getting some good like cards for other decks up here, which is not a surprise. The rares and uncommons are usually good for some deck. I'm actually surprised this is a common. I haven't seen it that many times. I guess I've seen it a fair amount. Anyway, it's clearly best for us. Landfall Activator. Ooh, now here's a choice, I think. I mean, I think we still want more 2-drops, is the answer. Another Sentinel? I don't know if I want to run it, but I might. Oh, this all kind of sucks. Might of Marasa. This is like a 2-mana keep a creature alive. It's pretty good. And it can also be a 5-mana kill the opponent. Another Stomper is probably fine. Ooh, what would we cut for Zendikon if we were going to do such a thing? I think nothing. Maybe Mighty Marasa, actually. Yeah. Because this is a flyer dealer with it. It can help in aggro a bit. It gives you more value from +1/+1 counters, and it's a landfall trigger. Like I think there's a lot to be said for Nissa's Zendikon. I would prefer to have a 2-drop, which is why I took the second or third one of these guys instead of my 3rd Zendikon. But I would rather have a Zendikon than a combat trick. Because I hope to have enough large creatures that I don't really get overly attached to any one of them. So anything, first of all, that I would cut here, I think these cards are all sort of okay. Skyclave Sentinel doesn't really fit in, I guess. We could cut him. Maybe, if there's something good to play instead. Like Broken Wings. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We could put in the Kite Sail, I guess. there's nothing I would cut for it, I don't think. I think Mighty Marasa is probably better. Is it? I don't know how important like flying really is. It helps. It would help me like, okay, I could turn my Fieldar into a flying blocker, which is pretty cool, I guess. Because of vigilance, it gets double value out of flying in a way, on attack and on defense. You know, if the opponent has like a 3/3 lifelink flyer or something, it's kind of hard to get. But like I have 4/4s, so like it would mostly be good against like a fledgling that 1/1 that gets flying and 1/1 counters when you play land. Because there aren't that many flying creatures that get so gigantic you need a Fieldar to block them, right? Most of them are small enough that like a 4/4 land could do it. With reach. So I feel like we don't really need this on defense, and on attack I hope not to need it, maybe? I don't have that much removal. Does that matter? I have in fact very little. I think let's just go with this deck. Pretty heavy, as we thought it would be. If I lose, that's why. Well, I will lose, I assume. I'm not going 7-0. But if I do badly in the event overall, it'll be because I don't have enough little dudes. We could actually cut this 1/1 now that I think of it. It like clearly doesn't fit the theme of the deck, but I think it's still an okay card in the deck for helping us survive to the late game that we want to play. It's just like a blocker. Base Camp. Okay, that's a good land for you to start with, I assume. Green. Who runs green and Base Camp in the same deck? What? Wait, that's a forest. Oh. I have different land styles. I didn't really mean to change my defaults. You're not like normally supposed to be able to do that, I thought. There is no feature we talked about somewhat recently for, you know, I don't know if I even should be attacking with this. They might like flash in a rogue that trades, that kills it for free. Right? This could be blue. Yeah. I think this was pretty reckless, actually. So you literally can't change your basic land styles, but I happen to see that I like never go into the in-game store, but I saw a stream where someone else did that today, and they have like daily deals. And you can like buy stuff with money, but you can also buy stuff with the gems that you have. And today they had two, this was like, I don't know, a week and a half ago for you now probably, but for me it was today. They had two deals that were obviously worth taking. One was you could pay 300 gems to get 500 gems. That was a daily deal that's pretty good, obviously. And the other was that you could pay 0 gems to get some new land styles. And I assumed that was just like adding them to my collection, but apparently it was also... Oh, pretty cool kicker stuff going on here, huh? But apparently it was also somehow like they become registered as my default land preference, even though there's no such thing as your default land preference. I don't know, it's a mystery. Opponent's been curving out pretty well. Able to play more cards than I have, you can tell because of the... I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. My creature will matter one day. Yours might, but... Okay, well we can just Broken Wings that pretty soon, I suspect. It's an instant. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll just Zendikon. I think. My white land. My plains. And now I have a blocker for it. And then if I ever want the land back, I can just attack with it. And they have to let me get in some damage or... Well, I don't know. I guess that they might choose to let me get in some damage and then swing with their lifelink thing in exchange and not actually lose any life in the exchange. But now this can bait combat tricks, which is nice. Alright, I assume they have something like a Mighty Murasa or some other combat trick when they attacked with this thing. Now... Like, I'll happily block here and you'll kill it, but it costs you a card and I get my planes back. White? Okay, Mighty Murasa. Kicked. Okay, you gained a lot of life that way. But you spent your whole turn on it. And I got my planes back in hand. That was kind of what I was hoping for. And I can deal with this thing later. You can only have so many Mites of Murasa, hopefully. I mean, it's technically possible to have 40 of them, but I don't think that would be a very good deck. Well, no, you do get to draft, what, 14 times 3? 42? You get a 42 of them, and no lands, or any number of lands, really. What the hell is this? We're tapping very carefully to get colorless black-green. Okay. That's pretty cool for you. I don't like this. I'm glad I saved the Broken Wings, actually. Because I can get rid of the Roost of Drakes, which is probably more important than any single flyer. Well, at the moment, there doesn't seem to be any huge rush, so I'm maybe going to get started on another Felidar. A 5/6? They surely have some block that's good against that. I don't know exactly what it is, but this guy and a 2/2 maybe? Yeah. I think I can make my guys bigger than he can make his guy. But you got a cool kicker deck, I guess. For sure. It's more kicker activators than I was ever able to put together. Okay, I mean, this is a start. Just keep ramping. I mean, it's not ramping exactly. We're following the normal mana curve. We're not cheating it, which is what ramping usually means. But since I was previously unable to even follow the basic mana curve, it's kind of nice to be back on that train. Now, a 6/7? Ah. Let's get rid of the Roost of Drakes before something bad happens. What can you do to a 6/7? You can still get pretty good trades against it. This 4/3 is a little bit annoying. Yeah, okay, you can attack with it if you want. I mean, I tapped my land, so I can't stop you. I still don't think I'm super worried, though. Like, my 4/4 with reach is really doing a great job. An 8/9? Opponent has to block with all three of these to kill a single 8/9. I would be okay with that, I think. Right, these are definitely providing them some serious value. Ah, they would only lose these two. Or, well, any two that I choose. Which I guess would be the two involved in the life gain combo. I can also attack with the 4/4. I don't care if you kill this. And the 5/6? What happens to the 5/6? You have to block it with two creatures. Like these two? Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, go for it. Also, it's a 6/7, so... That is, if they make me activate this, I will. If they don't, then fine. I'll play a bigger creature instead of... Or I'll play a big creature instead of doing nothing. Which would I rather kill? Probably the 2/4, right? I don't want them continuing to gain life, and I don't really care that much about them getting counters. That's exciting. Sure. This is now a 2/4. It's not killing anything, but I don't really mind. I'm getting in 8 damage. I mean, I wish I were getting more. The big issue is that the only thing holding my board together is my single 4/4 with reach. I can get this bird down soon, though. Now, what if I attack with a 9/10? How do they put together 10 damage that doesn't involve blowing up their flyer? They'd have to block with everything else? That seems fine with me. But I don't think I want to attack with the 6-7 at this point. Just the 8-9 is enough. Okay, so the amount of mana I have right now is 6, which is just enough that I can play this guy and still have Seagate Banneret available to make this a 5-5 if necessary. Actually, I have 7, because I can tap this once I've blocked with it. Not that it really matters. I don't think there's any rush to play the bird. And if I do play it, I don't easily have enough mana available to activate a Banneret. Ooh, okay, that's exciting. Although it doesn't help with my field arts because they don't actually ever tap. It is 3 health though. Could matter. Oh, Might and Marasa is really nice. I think. Can give something +5/+5? What if I just attack with all 3 of these, the big creatures? Then if any 2 get in, I can Might and Marasa. That seems kind of greedy. If that somehow goes wrong, I'm really going to be sad. I think attacking with these 2 is actually probably fine. Now let's just attack with everything. Minus the 1/2s. This is certainly giving my opponent a difficult puzzle to solve. I don't have to know what the answer is, which is the good news. Okay, they're blocking with 8 worth of stuff. Okay, they seem to be aware of Mighty Marasa as a threat, in fact. 8 health worth of damage. 10 health worth of toughness. So Mighty Marasa kills everything. And keeps my thing alive. That seems like a good deal to me. I don't mind letting this get tapped, I guess. Did I miss something? How did my... Oh, I completely forgot their 4/3 flyer had Death Touch this whole time. Interesting. They maybe should have blocked with it earlier then, so that I didn't get to clock in like 18 damage with it first or whatever. 17? 15? Something like that. I mean, I think swinging with everything is probably lethal, right? How could it not be? You have to block this with something. Presumably This? I don't know. This? Yeah, this is just way too much for you to live through. Okay, you got rid of my big dude. That's cool. Still dead. Alright, that's... Was that a long first game? It feels like the video's been going for like 45 minutes, but I'm not sure how much that was the draft. Maybe like 25? We were in that game for at least 15 minutes, right? It was forever. Alright, game 2. Mizzy Mizzy. Huh. Okay. This is fine, maybe even great. We have 3 lands, a 1, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And both of our colors. We don't get to do anything with this because we won't have any landfall stuff down yet, but that's life. Green. Hey, a 4-drop, sort of. Now all I need is a 2. Give me my 1/3 landfall gain life? No. Ain't no green deck flashing in a blocker that kills this. That just doesn't happen. You don't even have to think about attacking here. Or think about not attacking, I guess would be a more accurate way of putting it. Oh, a turn too late. Should I play it instead of the flyer? It doesn't curve out as well. And I don't really have any activators for it. I can't... The thing is, I would love to draw a land this coming turn and play like a Felidar or a Zendikon. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And if I can't, it's actually quite a bit better to play the bird first. And then next turn I can play this and then landfall trigger it. I think we'll go with the like conservative approach. Don't assume we'll draw a land. We'll just do this for next turn's landfall. I don't know. It's like it's paying 1 mana next turn for 1 life. And I don't know if I'll need the mana, but I probably won't. I don't know if I'll need the life either, but I might. Okay, I didn't, so it paid off. Didn't need the mana for anything. Would really like a 4th land real soon now, though. Like, I want to get down my Felidar and start playing a land every turn forever for the rest of the game, really. Ooh, that's a little scary. It's a lot scary, actually. Okay, there's my land. Perfect. Just keep drawing me more lands is what I require. I can maybe make do with like Zendikon to kill this thing. And that'll trigger more landfalls for me, eventually. But in the meantime, I'm taking way too much damage. That's scary. It's like a lot scary. Okay, we're gonna start chumping away the one-attack creatures until something good happens. Problem is I have to chump away like 2 of them. Maybe we do that? Take 5? I have a hope of removing this. And this I'm getting rid of immediately. Okay, I hate it. I hate it a lot. Might of Marasa, Sizzling Barrage. Might of Marasa just kills me, actually. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, opponent got some good early plays, and I was not able to curve out. I came really close, actually, right? I played like a 1, a 2... No, I played a 1, a pass, then a 3, then a 2? And then a 4, but the 4 was tapped. I don't know. Not having that 4th land really did hurt me, I think. But you can't just like mulligan every 3 mana hand until you get a 4. And even if you do, you won't necessarily have the right creatures. So I don't know. I think I made the right decisions, or at least the wrong decisions that I made didn't cost me the game. Probably. I don't know. Oh, what the fuck is this? That's some horrible color screw there. Okay, opponent's also mulliganing. That's fine. That's good news. Let's put back the 6-drop. I'd love to have it, but it won't be any good for a while. That's not a plains! Oh my god! I need to get new art. Oh man. They're just like so blandly, like they're the same basic color, right? Okay, so I missed 1 damage so far. And I would have this guy on the board already. So that might cost me a mana, or it might not. It might be that I can like eventually have 1 spare mana and develop this, and it only ends up costing me 1 health total, or one damage total. This is pretty scary. I think we just swing with the 2/2. The land, honestly, probably just wants to trade for the Geopeed once that becomes possible. Relic Amulet, I don't like that at all. I don't actually mind it that much, though. I don't have a ton of small cards. Maybe I even don't play the Banneret. There's a thought. I probably should though, right? I don't know, like what's it doing right now? Nothing? I might need the mana next turn, but I guess he's not going to remove it for a long time, come to think of it. He'll probably prefer to use this on my 2/2 flyer, for example, so I'll just get a creature down. And it ended up costing me 1 damage to misread my hand. 1 damage on my opponent, not 1 life for myself. I'd really appreciate drawing a land at this point, I think. So I can play my 6/5. What the hell is this? Pretty cool flyer. Well, now I kind of want to save this to trade with his flyer. So I'm just going to not block. Take 5 more. Okay. And I'll be trading this and one of my 1-drops into his thing probably, hopefully. Okay, yeah, attacking with 1/3 makes sense, I think. You can make it a 5/3. I won't have 6 mana next turn after losing this land. But I do need to kill that. It makes him spend all his mana to kill all my stuff as well. I think this life gain is more important than this activation, but I'm not sure. Okay. This is actually a pretty good draw, I think. I'm going to keep the 4/4 back to block the Geopede. I'll happily trade it. Milk Amulet has 2 on it now. Okay, noted. One damage gets through to me this way. I could block with both to prevent that, but then he can choose which one to kill, which I don't want to allow. This costs 2 to activate. So if I swing with this, he can actually kill it. So let's not do that. Not sure what that was about. But sure. I'm kind of amazed I've only drawn a total of 5 lands all game. I'll go ahead and do this. This creature risks instant death by this pretty quickly anyway, I suspect. Whereas this one I can probably get under control. Fine. I mean, I don't like it. But it made him use up a combat trick. On the other hand, he got to draw a card, so it was pretty good value for him, I guess. But we really, above all, want to keep this thing healthy so that he can't, like, wizard it to death. I should have attacked first. Oh well. I don't expect it'll matter. Don't care very much about that card. Oh please, use your Relic Amulet killing this. That makes me very much more comfortable. Oh, interesting. Just gonna cycle it. Okay, and play another one. Cycle that too? No. Okay. Attack with everything. It's hard to imagine what a red-blue player could flash in that would make me regret this. I guess that 1/1 rogue might make me trade these two, which... No, it would just make that not die. Sure. Okay. So, what exactly happened in this game? We held off the early aggression, I guess is the answer, right? We got to a point where we could get a couple of creatures to stick. No, we didn't even do that. We just Zendikonned our land into their big attackers, and then the remaining creatures were enough to stabilize. Okay, cool. So that Relic Amulet, huh? You play it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 mana, whatever it costs, probably 3, right? And then 5 or 6 turns later, you pay 2 to deal 1 damage. Seems bad. Of course it will be better sometimes. But in this, it made me play differently as well. The threat of activating it was valuable. This is fine. I have 3 mana. I have a 2, a 3, and a couple 4s to choose from. Nice, green buddy. Green black. Alright, that makes sense. This thing starts with, or gets counters. This is a different color. This is white. I keep forgetting to see if I can figure out how to change my land colors, or land styles. Whoa, spare supplies? It's not a common early game card. Opponent must have a sad hand. Ooh, I like this. I really want a land, though. We just play this guy, and, well, let's attack first, just in case for some reason it matters. It doesn't seem to. Just draw me a land, it's all I ask. Any land, I feel very ahead in this game. And you know what? Even if I don't get the land, I can zap this thing with a Rabid Bite or a Broken Wings. I'm not sure which I should prefer, honestly. Alright, there's a land. So we'll attack? Can't see why not. okay, that's what we will wish to Broken Wings. Like, real fast. We can Rabid Bite this later, I think. And so that means we only have 1 mana to spare this turn. I mean, this game is going fairly well. I just need to draw some lands and then it'll be going really well. Opponent's got a life advantage, but my board is much more powerful. So I just need to, like, not get stuck behind a bunch of non-lands stopping me playing things. Okay, that's cool. Zendikon me. Yeah. Okay, opponent is clearly playing to his outs, the aggressive plan. Oof. I can't actually use Rabid Bite right now because I don't have a land to play. Alright, well, if I Zendikon it, it comes out tapped. I think I want a 2/3, and then I just let my 1/2 die to block the 1/1. And I take another 6 damage and hope I can stabilize soon. I don't know, maybe that's greedy. Maybe I should have Zendikon so I could get something with reach. And also, by the way, something with 4 power more quickly. My board is no longer much stronger, by the way. I might need to make some drastic trades here. Trade these 3 for the 4/4. And just count on Fieldar and Jerboa to keep me alive. Actually, you know what? The Jerboa kind of sucks. Might be... No. This is also doing nothing for quite a while. And you know what? He can only kill 1 creature this way. Presumably the Fieldar, but... everything else actually lives. Still no lands. But I'm not dead yet. And I have a reach blocker now, starting next turn. Which neutralizes a big part of my opponent's advantage. Just need to get things under control. Okay, this helps. A little. I think I want another 2/2. I don't know, I'm getting pretty great value out of counters right now, actually. But no, I need like tokens to block with, I think. And Rabid Bite? Is that necessary to deal with the 1/1? I don't know that it is. No, it's a sorcery. Like, it seems better to use it on this eventually, right? But the reach blocker already deals with this, whereas I don't want to use the reach on this. Oh, I have these guys to deal with that. It's just like, okay, let's let this live, and I don't want to tap Rabid Bite anyway. What am I thinking? Or I don't want to tap my land creature. Okay, that's... Good thing I have a way to remove this. Kind of mad I didn't do it last turn, but... Oh, it has Menace! You should have attacked with it. Okay, and now I think this is enough value. You can start putting counters on. I could Zendikon again, I guess? It's not really that great. Actually, let's kill the Constrictor rather than the Flyer, I think. No. Okay, it's a green-black deck. It's going to get more counter stuff. I don't know. Target the creature I control. Could have blocked with that last turn, saved yourself 2 damage. Okay. What is this? Ooh, that's exciting. All right, here's some lands. That's what we're looking for. Give me them counters. I'll swing with the 5/5, the flyer. The 7/7 would trade for your entire board, which I guess would be fine with me. Okay. I could have attacked with this, I guess, to make him block even more awkwardly. But no, I think then you could just chump block the forest and I would be losing an important creature instead of a useless one. So I'm not that excited about that. Oh, this is the Hydra thing! How exciting! Order! I should have Zendikon first so I could give my newly created land the counters. Whoops. Yeah, mistakes were made on that one. It's still lethal though, I think. Yeah. Right. I get in for 6 and at least one other creature. It's hard to believe it's only been 3 games? 4? Oh, well, that's because it was... You know, I was going to finish that sentence by saying 2 games. I thought that was our second game. We've played 4 games. We won 3 and lost 1. What the hell is this? Oh, we whatever. It's just something about collecting duplicates. I don't know why it started triggering now. I shouldn't have gained any cards just now. Looks good. I have a 2, a 3, and a 4, and I have 3 mana in all the right colors. Red. Ah, wish I'd had that just a tiny bit sooner. No, not that. This. Just a land, that's all I ask. I put 17 in the deck. Like, I don't think it's asking too much to occasionally draw 4 lands by turn 4. Okay, I mean, this is something. It's good enough, honestly. Red, blue, warriors? Kind of weird. Shouldn't you guys be in a red-white deck? I guess I just didn't get enough wizards or something. Sure. Okay, here's the land I was looking for. So, turned out fairly okay. A couple, like, slight missteps, but nothing too bad. Oh, that's the Spitfire? Sure. I don't plan to have too much of a health problem. I could just remove it. That's probably okay. Like, what else is a red-blue deck really going to do that I'm going to care that much about? On the other hand, do I care about this? No. So let's just keep this card in reserve for something that does matter. Still no attacks. No need to make things exciting. Just let the Scythe Cat grow. And I don't really see any reason to do anything. I could attack with the 6/5, but that just lets them get a pretty okay trade, so I don't see why I would. Okay, landfall stuff, go ahead. Ah, you get more red this way, I guess. Maybe you're waiting on a double red spell? Doesn't seem that likely. Ah, no, it is! It's white! Red, blue, white. I told you those warriors meant white. So what if I attacked with a 6/7? These warriors still get a pretty good trade on it. I don't really want to trade this for 2 of those. I could be chipping in 2 damage a turn if I killed their flyer, but like, what's the rush, right? You sure have a lot of 4/3s. It's really, really cool. Eventually they're going to play a card I care about, and then I'll kill it. Alright, that's what? A 5-2 trample? I don't care about that. We're just kind of stuck here at an impasse. This is even better than drawing a land. Okay. It is so tempting to try to kill this and just start chipping away 2 damage per turn, but I don't think that's really how this deck is going to win. Just going to accumulate giant creatures bigger than anything they can build, and that it's really hard for them to remove. Is there any white, like, just destroy something? Yeah, they could. They could whatever the monstrous, smite the monstrous. But so what? I have 2 of them, right? Okay, yeah, that's cool. You did 5 damage. That's a good one. I'm not like mocking him. That was a good card to draw for sure, but I'm still in a totally fine spot. Okay, now I have 2 cards that can do something. And I could consider using them to break the stalemate in a way that is somehow advantageous to me. I could attack with the 10-9 and make it like a 16-15. I don't think they'll block predicting that. Maybe they will. Maybe they just block with literally everything. I guess that's fine. Oh, you're not going to play any combat trick? Or any? I guess that order is fine. Now you're only doing 9 damage, right? Yeah, go ahead and proceed to damage. Okay. I thought I was going to trick him with the card in my hand, not with the one on the board, but I'll take it. Have you drawn a relevant card? Doesn't look like. Maybe gone to the restroom? Maybe they're trying to draw their forest for what was that card? The 4-color card we got a while ago. Omnath, that's right. Of course, they don't have the Omnath in hand. They might have just drawn it. Still be looking for the forest. Seems unlikely. Really thinking it over. Well, in that case, I'll be back in like just a second. Alright, it's getting a little chilly in here. I just went to go grab a blanket. I don't know. I guess opponent left. Rage quit. You know, I hope not committing any self-harm over the disastrously bad blocking decision that you made for no reason. Haha. I don't expect that that's the case. I don't know. I guess like this is kind of annoying because well, no, I think if a player like uses up their entire clock without taking any actions on a couple turns in a row, it just auto concedes for them. So on the one hand, when a player is like using up their whole clock, you should say, "Oh, I'll just attack with everything to kill them and end it real quick." But like, what if it was some crazy bluff, right? And they actually are here and have something that kills you when you try attacking with everything. Oh, they just used up. They didn't actually time out, right? That was like the player sitting there making their clock burn down and then conceding. The game would not concede for you at this point, I think. It would just skip your turn. So I think the opponent did this on purpose. Which is like a little bit annoying, but whatever. Shrug it off. Up to 4-1, pretty good. Green-white can do some cool stuff. Prout? I don't know. Okay, we have 4 mana, a 1, a 3, and a 4. I will take it. Would be nice to draw 2, but I don't run that many of those, so won't be at all surprised not to. Seagate Banneret has been pretty not great in this deck. We could consider cutting it, I guess, but there's not really anything to put in instead. It has on occasion done some good stuff, but mostly not. Alright, you can get some damage with your 2-1 your 2-2 if you want. I'm obviously not trading my Scythe Cat, so you can afford to attack. Ooh, Relic Vial. That's a nice one. I would probably be happy to Broken Wings this. I don't know about that. Is this card really more valuable to you than this is to me? Oh, look at that, Broken Wings. I'm certain I wouldn't have blocked, and I feel like you could have predicted that, so you probably should have gotten in the 2 damage. I could Broken Wings. But this card is not important yet. I just want to, like, become more flexible by having a large blocker available / attacker. And then I can Broken Wings whenever I like don't have anything else to do with my mana, or maybe not even then. Because this isn't doing anything for my opponent yet. I guess it's like it's a source of draw. I think I attack with both of my 4 mana things, and if opponent tries to block and do some combat trick, I have Might of Marasa to come out ahead. Like, Practice Tactics would be like the biggest combat trick they could have, right? Do 2 damage. I put 3 more on and I'm still okay. And then if they don't block, then I just activate the Banneret. Okay. Well, if you're going to tap that, I might as well use the mana to swing with these. Ooh, you might still have Practice Tactics, though I feel like if you did have it, you would be trying to use it to block here. Maybe I'll just hang on to this 5/4. I don't need to push in damage. And this is a valuable asset. If you Practice Tactics this, I really could care less. I think they didn't have it. Like as soon as it advanced to blockers, it also advanced to damage. But you know, you can bluff that, so most people usually don't bother, and I also am not sure I got the timing right. But my suspicion is they don't have practice tactics. I sort of suspected that anyway, which is why I didn't swing with this. But I just didn't want to risk it. The upside of like doing 5 damage or whatever was not really worth it. I don't think I need to sneak in 5 damage here and there to win this game. All right, let's attack with the land here. See if opponent comes up with anything clever. Nope. Okay. Well, let's make another. Opponent has some instant, though. No, they just had this, I see. Oh, yeah, so I must have been wrong about reading their timing. Oh, no, this costs 2. Okay. So they when I was wondering whether they have practice tactics, this was not legal to play anyway. Okay. Finally, they've drawn something that I care about, and I will Broken Wings it right out of the air. That's Mighty Marasa. Well, I guess I could use Mighty Marasa to kill it. Then say Broken Wings for this. Nah. Well. Yeah, a combat trick will probably kill it later. Let's just Broken Wings. If I swing with this, like... No. If I swing with one of these, what happens to me? They block with both of these and I kill this? I don't really care to do that. Well, I don't mind it either. Let's just sneak in a little damage. Yeah. Oh, you killed my banneret. I'm so sad. Now they could block my land with this silencer and the 1/3 and just trade the silencer. So they're probably happy to do that. I have Might of Marasa to make that trade bad, but I'd rather save that as some trick to kill this thing, I think. So let's just trigger my landfall a bit. Oh, I should have put back a plane so I can put out the banneret. Whoops. I noticed that I had accidentally done that correctly on a previous game. I put back a forest and then I was like, oh, look at that. I can play the 1/1 Death Touch. But I'm not very good at like thinking about my lands. All right, a 3/4 flyer is exciting. Oh, I forgot this gains. Well, I mean, Mighty Marasa is going to work on it anyway, right? He's going to like, I don't even know when you attack with it. Maybe like not for a long time. I really need some lands. Like even just one to let me play this guy would be a great boon. And it's not clear that I'm ahead. I have some good stuff on the board, but my opponent does too. That's a good draw. I would also welcome drawing Felidar Retreat, unsurprisingly. I got a 4% chance. Stranger things have happened. That's interesting. I guess you make your 4/4 unblocked or unkillable? The 2/2. You really want some life that badly? Okay, sure. You have no mana and no activatable abilities. Sure. Oh, I see. You got some life to give this guy counters. Makes sense. I told you. Stranger things have happened. Now I really want lands. My board just goes absolutely off the charts as soon as I draw a land. It'll be a little bit awkward because I'd have to tap both of these guys to play... Ooh, that's a little scary. I'm really now sort of wishing I'd kept Broken Wings. This... I guess I don't know, but this was a source of draw, which would have been pretty cool, right? Holy cow. How much damage is this? 7, 10, 16? It's kind of a problem. I don't need this 2/2 for anything. Let's kill a 3/2 with it. Actually, let's kill your life gain, your lifelink thing. That's more important. To stop this from getting out of control. Because now I can't actually really can't really afford to play this thing. Okay, I can lose this. I'm not attacking anytime soon. Opponent might just have enough attackers out there to get me. Oh, I guess I could put another 1/1 out instead. Or another 2/2. That acts as another blocker, which is kind of important. Perhaps more so than getting some counters on my stuff. Yeah. Like I can block this guy, for example. Yeah, I think I'm behind. Enough lands would turn the tides. But I went a long time without drawing any. It took me forever to get to 6. Okay. I could spend a Mighty Marasa to keep it alive now. 6. This would be a 7/7. But then I don't have it later to trick this thing into dying. I think I can't afford to be so greedy. It's that one, right? Yeah. And this deters the attack for a turn, which is most of what I needed. Seven one into my 6/6, huh? You must have some crazy combat trick that I'm really unhappy about. Okay, I mean, what can I do? I have to stop the damage. Okay, made that green. Oh, you missed lethal. You should have played that first, and then I wouldn't be allowed to block with a green creature. Wait, what? Did you not pick green? Okay, I think we actually sort of stabilized here. Just give me more 2/2s. And I hate to tap my flyer, but I really want to play this. Or my reach creature. We just gotta hang back here and hold on for a little while longer. Hope if opponent has lethal, they miss it again. Yeah, it's a thing that's easy to forget, and that I would have forgotten, except I happened to see it on someone's stream today. That, oh, I'm dead. Well, they didn't miss lethal this time. That, protection from also, it doesn't just mean it takes no damage, right? It's a lot of things. It can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by. So it's kind of like, as far as cards of that color, or sources of that cards, objects of that color are concerned, this object just doesn't even exist. So you could have just swung right over the treetops, so to speak. I don't know if I should have, like, been concerned about 4 reach damage if it meant I was going to have to slow down playing this guy. Because there's no guarantee I'm drawing another land anytime soon. I have 3 in hand now, but I think somehow... Why does opponent only know about 2 of them? Where did this one come from? So I had these 2 on the board when I played this, right? And I haven't drawn anything. So this must have already been in my hand when I played this guy. How did I get 2 lands in my hand? Oh, I see. On the same turn that my other forest was returned to hand, I also drew a plains. So I played with the forest, and then returned 2 forests to hand. I see. So I did actually have a guarantee that on the next turn I could play this guy if I wanted. So I could have kept this to block 1 damage. I mean, I know Zoff Consumption is in the set. It is a black deck. It's not so unlikely that they would come up with this card. It's an uncommon, but players have it sometimes. And so the question in the postmortem is, like, to evaluate how important it is to play this guy 1 turn sooner. Is it worth risking this? I don't really know the answer. Like, did I need another giant creature and a 2/2? I feel like I did, because just these 4 creatures were not going to hold things off for indefinitely, I don't think. Maybe they would have. The 4/4 can hold off the flyer. The 7/6 can hold off. Yeah, I was fine with these creatures, actually. I think it might have been a mistake to play this. Tapping this was more important than I realized. Like, it's 1 damage. I was like, what's the big deal? But, you know, I was at 5. I should be paying more attention to my life total in situations like that. I knew I was low, but I should have also like thought about what could happen to me. Like, are there any specific things? I probably wouldn't have thought of Zoth consumption, but I should have at least tried. I have 3 mana, a 1, a 2, and a 4, and a 5. I'll take it. I keep forgetting to check my land styles and see if there's some way I can go back to cards I recognize. I mean, I'm getting used to it. And obviously they have like the green and the white border, but those are pretty muted. It's easy for me to miss. Opponent's also playing white. White and white. I mean, obviously that's not a guarantee. They're very likely to have some other color. I just don't know what it is yet. A land? I don't know how I'm drawing so few lands. Like, is it really my problem that I'm playing too few small cards? I don't think so. I think I should be getting to 4 land relatively often, and I'm not. Oh, you know what? This is an instant. Do I tempo this out? Okay, I mean, what does white-green have that flies anyway, right? Or artifacts that you care about? Not much, I imagine. White-black, whoops. This looked kind of green from far away. Okay, white-black does have some pretty scary flyers, actually. This isn't the worst card in the world I could draw in response to a 3/3. It should have a chilling effect, stop him from attacking. Would prefer a land, though. Preferably like 2 lands in a row for Felidar into... Actually, Ox is probably better than Zendikon. Wow, okay. That's pretty premium removal to be spending on a 1/1 Death Touch. But I guess you do get to attack me for quite a lot. Yeah, I'm in some trouble here. Actually, I think a 4/4 is more important, even if it is tapped. But I'm going to be just tapping it next turn anyway to play, like, the Felidar, right? So let's just at least get out something that, like, I don't know, could do something. This is kind of like takes away a land to play it, which I can't afford right now. Oh, I'm so happy to be drawing cards right now. I really need more land. I can only take 9 damage a turn for so long. Alright, that's a land, and it's a 4/4. That's a great draw. What is with white? This is like white-black party? You have warriors, wizards, and rogues. Who runs this? I guess there's some good party cards in black for sure. What do we play here? For 6 mana, we probably play this guy. Tapping one of his things is cool, but not really all that important. And I think I just like... I could trade my 4/4 for a 3/3, which is not a great deal. Like, if I attack, opponent will be tempted to block with 2 3/3s, right? It's not a great deal. But it also costs them some, like, party stuff, which they seem to care about. And I think I have enough blockers back anyway that they're not going to be, like, swinging with everything. You know, let's go with the 4/4. Let's see what we get out of this. Probably just a 3/3, and that's fine. I don't mind. I want the board state to get simpler. Less tension. I think we play this rather than playing... Well, hang on. Can I do something weird with ordering here? No. I was thinking I could somehow play extra lands with this, but it's the opposite. Okay. So none of the landfall effects super matter, so I just want to get out a big creature. I could attack with the 6/5, kill both of these. That'd be pretty cool. Go ahead, block me. I guess I should have swung first before playing this, yeah. Since it's not tapping anything anyway, and then I'd have this in reserve, and that would really make life difficult for my opponent. Okay, mistakes were made. Keeping the warrior, or the wizard, alive. I would have thought a 2/2 that could get Death Touch would be better for you, because you seem to have party stuff, including presumably some more rogues. Okay, whatever, I'll take it. That was a game that drastically turned around as soon as I picked up like a 4th mana. Or maybe it was the 5th that mattered? I think it was the 5th. Like, I got my Fieldar down and that was great. But having like the Ox and the Stomper... Like, a Fieldar with no more lands. What the hell is this? Huh. A Fieldar with no lands to play is not a very good card. It's just a 4-mana 2/3. But once I started getting stuff down to support it, that was when I stopped being way behind. Not way behind. That was when I started gaining leverage instead of losing it, let's say. I have a 1, a 3, and a 4. And 3 mana in both colors, and my insane win the game card. So I just need a 4th land, and I'll be very happy. I'm still pretty happy. But I'd be very happy if I got a 4th land in the next 3 turns, 3 draws, right? I have 17 lands. There it is. 17 lands in a 40 card deck, of which 33 remain. So it's a little better than 50% to draw a land. No, that can't be right. No, because I already had 3 lands in hand, so 14 left out of 33. What is that? A bit worse than 50%? So it's like 1 in 8, roughly, that I don't draw land over 3 turns, and therefore 7 in 8 that I do, so... What is that, like 87.5%, I think? Obviously, it's all approximate. I don't deserve that. It's 80. It's like 90, mid 80s percentage, I think, because the direction we rounded for number of lands or percentage of lands remaining. So anyway, if you start with 3 lands, you should expect by turn 4 to have a 4th land a large proportion of the time. But I feel like we've gotten a little bit unlucky over the course of this this run. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. it's obviously it's like there's a selection bias there. It's easier to remember the ones that didn't go well. And there were some that did go well. Oh, opponent gives up. Just see that card and quit, huh? I don't know. Maybe they just had a really bad hand. And this card is not at all what triggered them. So we made it to 6 wins with this deck. Nice. Let's see if we can make it to 7. Our first on-camera 7-win run. You know, maybe their computer was unplugged also. I mean, obviously that would not probably cause them to cleanly resign in that instant, but, you know, maybe their pet gerbil stepped on the escape key when they were about to click the middle of their hand, and that turned into the concede button. All right, here we go. Another like nice 3-man. I don't have a 1 or a 2 this time, but I've got a 3 and my great 4, so I'll take it. Red? No, that's white. God, that's the reddest plains I've ever seen. Alright, you're gonna get to banner at me a bit. I mean, this guy presumably has a pretty reasonable deck. I believe there is, like, matchmaking based on number of wins. I don't actually know that to be true, but it seems reasonable. What would you call that? Record-based matchmaking? Probably. But we found a match so quickly. Like, how many 6-2 players can there be? Not that many, one assumes. Black, white. Okay. That's fine. We baited out. I mean, it's not exactly bait. Like, it's a good removal spell that got rid of my fairly good creature. It seems fair to both of us. Why not? Oh no! I didn't know that could target enchantments! I've drafted that a million times and I was just like, yeah, creatures, sure. Huh. If I'd known, I don't know, maybe I would have played this first. No, I probably wouldn't have. I'm greedy. Maybe I should have, but I don't think I would have. Unbelievable! This is a lot of removal. Play this first? Like, you can't kill all of it, right? I hope. That's three solid removal cards gone. 1 common, 2 uncommon. No, one uncommon, 2 common, I mean. Opponent might very well have more, but that's a lot to have in the early parts of your hand. I think we would prefer a Zendikon here on Forest. I don't think you want to kill this. Block with everything and I kill the Celebrant, which probably matters more to you than this does to me. I'm not sure. Maybe I would prefer to kill these two. Okay. I'll take the damage. I will accept the ability to deal damage to my opponent, that is, not I will incur damage. Oh, this thing is the worst. I hate this. That's a good card. Well, I guess I'll play this in the Banneret. It's each turn, so that includes their turns and my turns as separate entities. But the core celebrant is going to give them a lot of 1/1s. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of life. I could swing with the 4/4, but they just like lose a 1/1 and not really care, I think. And it opens, well, what if I swung with the 4/5? They could put together 6 damage without much trouble. I don't think that's a good idea. I should be swinging with the flyer, I guess. It's going to be hard to keep their life gain under control, but what else am I going to do? I don't want to play this right now. Well, actually, why don't I just go ahead and tap this guy, huh? I don't need 2 of these. But I also don't need a death touch thing. Eh. Oh, that's the worst. I would really like Broken Wings to deal with that very, very soon. Holy shit. That's ending my life. Stop, please! I'm already dead! When I said this guy might have a pretty good deck, oh my god. This is pretty disgusting. A ton of removal, great cleric synergies. You have an 11/11, sir. I think if you attack with everything, it might just be lethal. Well, no, because I can block this for just 4, and then, I don't know. You have a lot of other creatures, but they're not necessarily all getting in. Some of them are, right, though? I have, what, 5 blockers? 4 for land blockers? So 1, 2, 3... No, 1, 2, 5... 10? Yeah, you don't have lethal, but, I mean... I feel like you could attack with this and make me pretty sad. But okay, I mean, in fairness, you're not attacking with that, and I'm still very sad. Even if I draw Broken Wings, I'm in very bad shape. That ought to do it. That'll be lethal. Let's just watch him click all attack. No, I think you have lethal. Right? You get in with so many creatures if you just attack with them all. Like, surely at least 7. I have, what, 6 blocks? Do you have 13 creatures? 4, 3, 7, 12. But several of them are bigger than 2/2s. Not enough. Oh, this guy double attacks? I'm pretty sure you could be killing me. Okay, sure, that's pretty good for you, but I think you should just kill me before I draw Broken Wings. And then, like, I'm still dead, but it doesn't look as bad. I want to watch this one play out. Oh, thank God. I'm saved. All you have to do is play land and click attack with everything. And the game ends. You know there's an attack with everything button? I don't know, I mean... You can see my hand is empty, right? Where exactly do I have to put my mouse for it to recognize that I'm asking about my player? On one of these? Oh, that's the weirdest set of... Alright, I'll pass the blockers. And we'll put this guy here. And like, let's block this. It obviously like doesn't matter, I'm clearly dead. But let's just try to play the game well. How much is getting in now? 4 of these guys? That's 8 damage. Okay, I accept. Oh, that's a 1/1 with Death Touch. How did I not block with that? What am I thinking? It just looked like a 1/1. I didn't notice the icon on it. No. I want to tap differently, thank you. This one's dead, so that's the one I'm tapping. Yeah, I obviously should have blocked something with the 2/2. I'm not sure what. It doesn't matter because I'm dead. Why is this still showing attack and the others aren't? Oh, because neither of them died, I see. Oh, Rabid Bite, exactly what I needed, 15 turns ago to kill this thing. Obviously, we died a million years ago, and I usually concede when the game is over, but I'm just enjoying this 2020 on the board, that's all. Wait. Oh, this is a sorcery. Alright, we should probably block the 21/21. Alright, opponent has attacked with everything. Okay, let's block nothing. No blocks. You got it. How much am I down? Alright, I only lost by 122. Not too bad. Still, a successful run. I seem to recall there was there's at least one game where I blundered and lost, right? By like letting that Zoff consumption get me. I don't remember about the other loss. It was fairly early, wasn't it? Like it was game 2, maybe 3? I don't remember what happened there. I didn't draw enough early stuff, I seem to recall. So, I don't know. I'm happy with how it turned out. Gems going up instead of going down. I would honestly, I think I talked about this at the beginning of the video. I would not mind paying them like $5 for another couple weeks of playing draft. I think that's a fine trade. As long as I'm not just throwing all the gems away every time. What the hell is this? Like, why do I care? Yeah, I know. But, okay, anyway. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.